I declare and decree in this season, I will submit to the voice of the Holy Spirit calling my name. I am walking in the fullness of his purpose and plan for me and my life. It is my
Hello. Welcome back to another episode of She Emerged, the Manifestation of Me. With me, your host, Shalimar Cherie. How is everybody? I hope you guys are good. It's great to be with you again today. I hope you enjoyed my last video and podcast. This is the second part to that video, and there may be a third part because this subject is really, really deep. And it's a lot to unpack, and it's a lot of information to share. And I truly want everyone who hears this, who listens to me, to benefit from this platform in some way, shape, or form. My goal is definitely to encourage and empower. And so I want to always bring you content that's going to encourage and empower you, and do just that. So thank you for listening. Thank you for joining me. I am in awe of the growth and the listens. You guys are actually listening. As somebody who is actually walking in, launching her vision, I'm constantly in awe and humbled by your continuous support. So thank you all. Thank you all for supporting the book, She Emerged, the Manifestation of Me, and the journal, She Emerged, the Guided Journal. I'm actually sold out of the journal, surprisingly. And it was on back order for a little bit. So you guys are like really reading this book and buying this journal. Make sure that you go back and leave comments so that I can see that you purchased it. But I would love to interact with you. Ask me questions. You can hit up my website, www.savedhealedenough.com, and send me some feedback. I want to know what you guys think. I want to know what you guys think about the story, and my story, and how you're using it to help you develop and grow and come out of your own traumas. And is it helping you write your own story? This is not exclusive to me. This platform was not made for you to just sit and listen to me. I want you to be walking in your own purpose, on purpose, and with purpose. And you are the vision. I love my sweatshirt. You guys have seen this sweatshirt before. And it is one of my favorites. And I have many because I am the vision. And then, that's right, launch it. Launch the vision, sis. It's crooked. Yeah, it's crooked. So, but we're going to fix that. So, today we're going to talk about 10 ways to set the vision and set it for your life so that you're not just building a brand, a business, a goal, however that vision was given to you, but you're also using the vision to help you grow and develop and evolve as a person, and use it to help you propel and become the vision of also the blueprint, rather, for your life, because you are the vision. So no matter what you're growing, what you're building, you are the most important piece to that. You are the biggest piece to that. You are the vision. And so, with that being said, with you being the vision, there's some things that you're going to need to do to help make the vision successful. Any great visionary will tell you that self-work, hard work, was hard work, and it was necessary in order for their brand and their vision to grow. For me, it was my healing and walking was intricate in me learning to walk in my purpose and grow my vision and grow this platform for you. So I am doing the hard work daily in order to bring you the best content and help and empower you. So I'm speaking from experience, and that's just how that goes. So let's get right into it. We'll chit chat later, but let's just get right into this because I'm super excited about it. And I'm just excited to share this with you. Can you guys tell? Yeah. So one is you have to work to resolve old wounds. I spoke about this in the last video. I touched on it. You do not want to walk into a new situation, a new adventure with old baggage. It will weigh you down and it will get in the way. So you need to heal, deal with, and confront some things in order for you to move forward in the new vision. You just have to. We went over the definition of vision and how your reception of something, we're visual people, so how you see things, including yourself, is how it's going to be translated. So if you see yourself in a negative light, we talked about how light reflects on the eyes, and so how you see that, your light, how bright or how dim, is how it's going to reflect, and those signals are going to be transmitted to your brain. So you may have to work on how you see yourself. I had to work on how I saw myself, because I don't see myself. I still don't. I do. It's my purview of me is better, but I never saw myself as somebody extraordinary. Just maybe ordinary doing extraordinary things. And so I'm working on that with you. So we're going to work on that journey together. It's difficult to embrace a new vision for your life when you're being hampered by old wounds. They need to heal. They need to close, because we all know open wounds do fester and they get infected, and the infection spreads, and it will just keep you from getting to where you need to be, where you should be, where you deserve to be. So spend some time in retrospect. And I mean, address and view everything. So when you're writing down the vision, because we spoke about writing the vision, you can write down the business plan. You can write down the blueprint. But you'll notice there's some things that are not going to work because you're not in a space to work them. So leave room for you. Like, am I holding on to resentment? Do I need to forgive somebody? Am I hanging on to hurt that needs to be healed? Be honest with yourself about those feelings, because carrying those things into something new will get in the way. And yes, harboring negative feeling, unforgiveness, because it weighs you down. Like, how can you, if your heart and mind is so clouded with unforgiveness and, I can't stand her, she get on my nerves, I don't like her. If you're clouded down with that, you can't see clearly. You're not going to be able to see further than what's in your mind. And so if that's what's in your mind, you will need to clear that out in order to be able to see clearly and position yourself to move forward, because those are stumbling blocks and you want those things out of the way. Okay? You want those things gone. All right? Okay. So the other number 2 is understand it's not just about you. When I got my vision and my purpose was revealed to me, I panicked. I had an all-out panic attack. I was just like, I ain't doing this. And I've said that before. I felt very vulnerable. I felt very naked, exposed to open myself up and share such candid information with virtual strangers. And then also some people that were familiar to me, because there were a lot of things about me that people just didn't know. Secrets that I held close to the vest and my heart for a very long time. And so I made it about me. No, I can't do this because I don't want to be exposed in that way. But as I started to write the vision down, as the vision started to grow and evolve, I realized that it was bigger than me. This vision was bigger than me, because there were people out there who needed to hear from me. There were people out there who needed to know that they were not alone, that other people had gone through and experienced and survived, come out on the other side of some of the things that I had survived. Somebody needed to know that it was possible. So it couldn't be just about me, because what I had gone through was not simply exclusive to me. There were things that I had survived and gone through that I speak about in my book that women in biblical times had even experienced. So some things don't change, good, bad, or indifferent. Know that. And so your experiences are not exclusive to you, and your vision is not just about you. It serves a purpose for me in the earth realm and in the spiritual. And my purpose is encouragement and empowerment and assisting people to go from trauma to triumph and working through their traumas as I worked through mine. And it became therapy for me, to know that I was not alone. And so, you know, seek out the vision for your life that makes the world better for others. Even if it's just products. Like, it's something so simple as my sweatshirts, my t-shirts, the mugs that I make, the stuff that I do. It contributes to the world. There are people who I do a lot of t-shirts and products for churches. I loan my services to schools, to community centers, for sports activities. Maybe their sports team needs t-shirts. Maybe they need jerseys with numbers on them and they can't afford some of the bigger vendors. So I can do my part by making those things for them at reasonable cost. I can donate my time and services to some community organizations that may need gifts for kids. Christmas time, I can make things and for them to gift to children. I have done Christmas ornaments with the Girl Scouts and taught them how to make custom Christmas ornaments with pictures in them for their family and friends so they could give, gifts, teaching them a new skill. So this something that I look at as just so simple, contributed to a greater purpose. And I never looked at it that way because, again, perception is reception. I can't say that enough. And I needed to think outside and step outside of my box, to realize that, what I was doing was bigger than me. And ultimately, it was revealed to me in this process of how I was going to accomplish that. So understand that it's not just about you. When you are given the vision, there's a purpose behind it. You are intricate in that purpose. You are the vision. You are the most important component to launching the vision. But the vision is always bigger than you. Okay? Number 3, explore your passion and talents. Use what you got. 9 times out of 10, your vision will utilize skills you already have. You just don't realize the extent of those skills. I've been making t-shirts for years for people who memorial t-shirts. I started doing them for my girls for their birthday parties as VIP gifts. So it was not something that I thought of as a super exclusive skill. It was something that I enjoyed, I liked to do. And then I got introduced to, craft machines and all this, and I have a ton of them. And I got some enjoyment out of it. It's my happy space. So when I need to just pull back, I can go into my office and just create, get it all out. And my skills have evolved. I now do woodwork. I can cut glass. I do a lot of different things. But it was something that I actually enjoyed. I was passionate about it. I got joy from it. And God ended up taking and using those things for my good. I enjoy helping people. I have a servant's heart. And so he took those skills, those things that I enjoyed, those things that I love, those things that I held close to the vest, and allowed me to use them as part of my vision. I enjoy talking to you all. I never thought that I would, because again, I felt exposed and like bare, but being a helping somebody heal, getting that text message, that email, that message like, listen, you helped me through a really rough time. I feel I'm able to open my mouth and talk about the things that happened to me. I'm able to call out the person who hurt me. I'm now comfortable in saying, I don't like that. I didn't like what you did to me. I didn't appreciate what you did to me. For little old me to be the catalyst for that, to help and empower somebody to have the courage to speak out, heal, and be better. That's a big deal. That's a big deal. And so God took what was good for me, what made me happy, what I was passionate about, and he used those things for me to launch the vision. Every year when I do my vision board brunch and conference, I do a t-shirt. I get to create a t-shirt and to give away and to include in the swag bags and creating that artwork. So I've learned to do digital art design and make SVGs and stuff like this. That's really great for me because it's something that I'm passionate about. It's that creativity. I'm very creative, so I have a lot going on in my head, stuff that I need to get out. Those things allow me an outlet, and an outlet that I can share with the world, even on this platform. I'm sharing with you what is personal to me. I get to serve, and I'm serving in a different capacity, and a capacity that is new to me. So know and understand that your current passions and talents are always going to be integral in your vision, and you'll get to use them on a bigger level, much bigger and grander than you've ever expected, because I never expected it either. Spend time with people that you admire. Number 4. So there, I had to seek out people, and not so much seek out, but be okay with the new, because I'm a creature of habit. I don't like new. I have the same old friends. I have the same, I like my routine. I don't really care for change. What I learned was I had to be open to receiving new, because God was strategically shifting my circle to fit my next level, to help me propel this vision forward. People that would inspire me, that I could glean from. And so I had to be strategic in my friendships and my relationships, and I had to make sure that I wasn't just being around people because I thought I could hide behind them, but people that I admired who would push me to be the best me I could be, and not just allow me to hide in the corner and hide behind them and give them what the vision that was supposed to be mine, but I just didn't want to do it, and push that off on them. And they were also able to answer questions for me. And so people who were able to share how they got to where they were, who were willing, who were open to share those things with me. Because a lot of people, unfortunately, don't want to share with you how they got to where they are. I don't know why, either out of fear, selfishness, just not wanting to see the next person become what they may perceive as their competition. So I had to be mindful of who I was around, because there were people that would tell me, you're not ready to do that. You shouldn't be doing that. I don't believe that's what God gave you. And their reasonings were not always genuine. It was because they saw me coming. They saw in me what I hadn't saw in myself. And so we have to be mindful that a lot of times people see you coming. They see you before you see you. Sometimes people can recognize the greatness in you before you recognize how great you are. And that will bother them. And you don't understand why they're treating you a certain way, but it's because there's a light in you that ain't in them, and they see it. And what better way to stop you from outshining or outgrowing them, even though that's not even what you're thinking or your intention, than to manipulate you into not moving forward in something. Be wary of the ones that won't answer questions, that don't want to share with you. You ask me a question about how I built my platform and how I'm working, I'm going to share it with you. Why? Because it's not exclusive to me. So in the new season that was opening up for me, I had to be mindful of who I was surrounding myself with. And so I have people around me that I admire greatly, who don't mind answering my questions on how they were able to launch their vision. How did you get the courage to how did you get the courage to do it? How do you do it on a daily basis? People who wanted to see me succeed and weren't afraid, uncomfortable, or intimidated by my light, and were willing to share and sow into me, because that's how we grow. We grow by sowing into one another. You some plant, some water. Every flower has to be nurtured. You need people around you that are willing to help nurture you. At the end of my guided journal, I actually put in there that I won't ever look back, but I will always reach back to make sure that no sister is left behind. And is everybody going to be that way? Absolutely not. But there are people out there who are like that. So find people you admire, people you can glean from, people who are okay and comfortable with sowing into you. Okay. Number 5, envision what you want your life to look like. Ooh, now that's I got some visions I do. And some of them require me doing nothing but sitting by the pool. And I love my coffee. Y'all know I love my coffee. I got my Christmas mug today. But that ain't productive. So, envision what you want your life to look like. Think about your end goal. What do you want? What type of woman do you want to be? What type of person do you want to be? What do you want your legacy to be when you have taken your last breath and have hopefully gone on to sit at the feet of the Father? What would you like that legacy to be? What do you want to leave behind? How do you want to be remembered? And what would you like how would you like your life to move? Do you want to just be a slave to somebody else, an employee? Because please believe me, they ask you to give 2 weeks notice so that within 2 weeks they can replace you. Is that what you want? Are you okay with that? And if so, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Some people are comfortable being that. But if that's not who you are and that's not what you want, what do you want your life to look like? What do you want your legacy to be? What do you want to leave behind for those that have loved you, those that are attached to you? Generational wealth, a legacy of kindness. For me, it's a legacy of kindness, service. More than anything, I want to be remembered for my service, because I pray that legacy will inspire others to serve. Pick up that mantle and carry it on. Service, love, kindness, intentional giving, those types of things. That is what I pray my legacy will be. Not my mistakes and not my missteps, but my evolution, my emergence, my learning curve, and all that I've overcome. And because I wanted to inspire for generations. So envision what you want your life to look like. Number 6, don't limit yourself. We talked about this. No vision is too big or too small. But it's okay to dream big. It's okay to envision big. When I finally got in alignment with this vision and I wrote it down, I wanted it to be big, because if I'm going to make an impact, I want to make a global impact. I know that there are tens of thousands of young women, and some men too, and children who just need a person, who just need to be encouraged, who need to feel safe, who need to be able to open their mouth and say, I'm hurting. This bothered me. Somebody did something to me that I didn't like. I just need to cry today. I'm not okay today. I know that there are people who need that, who need to be able to feel comfortable enough to utter those words. And so, yes, this vision, I dreamed big when it came to this vision. And I'm dedicated to making it so, because I know that's my purpose. That's the purpose and plan for my life, is to be globally effective. And not for me, but for them, for healing, because it's not about me. I want to heal a nation. I want to heal women and children who have been affected in a way that I have been affected and didn't have the support, didn't have somebody to say, it's okay. Open your mouth. Move forward. It is possible. That's who I want to be, because I know that it is possible. I want to be able to encourage somebody to feel like I feel now. Now that I've evolved and healed, and I'm still healing because it's an ongoing process, but it excites me to be able to say, it can be done. It can be done. I'm nobody's tragedy, and neither are you. So, yep, dream big. Make it big. Don't allow fear or a lack of confidence to shortchange your vision. If your vision doesn't make you at least a little uncomfortable, then you probably ain't dreaming big enough. It should be scary. And it's scary to be so candid and open and put yourself out there in front of people. So yes, this vision is also scary, but I'm also excited. I'm excited because I've been afforded the opportunity to do something bigger than myself, bigger than me, bigger than anybody ever expected of me. I'm excited because I overcame, I beat the odds, and I'm better than my yesterdays. Okay, man. Okay. That's exciting and scary, all rolled up in one. And yes, I want everybody to feel like that. So, yep, this vision is big. What I've written down, what I've been working on to put in motion is big, and it's exciting, and it's beautiful. And I'm excited that you guys are going to be a part of it. And so why not share with you? Why be selfish? Number 7, get feedback and buy-in from trusted sources. Okay, so you want people to, like, I had beta testers for my platform. I had beta readers for my book. Like, there was select a few people that read the book in manuscript form, that I knew would give me good feedback and information and call me on whatever, or encourage me. And I needed that honest feedback. I didn't need yes men. I didn't need people to say, girl is great, and it was garbage. I didn't want that, and I didn't need that. So when I moved forward in this vision, I asked for outside honest opinions about what I was getting ready to release. The recordings, I got some feedback, like, my friend Lisa hurt your feelings, but I love her. Hey, Lisa. But she was like, you got to listen to your own voice. There was a time when I didn't like my voice. I did not like the way I sounded. And I wouldn't listen. And she was like, well, how you going to know, what you need to fix if you won't listen to yourself? Cause I would not do it. And so I needed that honest feedback. And also she has her own platform. So not only was she somebody that I could glean from, she was also somebody that would give me honest feedback about where I was going and how it was going and what I could do to make it better. So you want to get people like that when you're developing a vision. You want to have those kind of people. And it also helps you to work on you, because they'll be honest with you about things you need to do. I talk with my hands. So my one really good sister, she was like, it's great. The content is great. But all this, you have to work on talking with your hands. And so I've gotten better with talking, without waving my hands all over the camera, because she loved me enough to say, "Shao, it's going somewhere, but nobody want to see your fingers flying all across that screen like that." And I love her for that, because she was honest, with me about that. And it wasn't hurtful. you could tell it was coming from a loving place. So you want to get feedback from other people, trusted people that are going to give you honest advice, not just about your vision and what you're growing, but also you, so that you can be the best version of yourself. Because remember, you are what? The most important part to your vision, the most intricate component. Write a mission statement. Our last conversation, we talked about writing the vision. When you write your vision out, you also want to write out a mission statement. And that mission statement and list your action steps. That mission statement says what your platform is going to stand on, what it's going to stand for. You know, one sentence that encapsulates your vision. Write it down and put it somewhere. And then write down 3 to 5 action steps that you'll focus on that will bring you closer to reaching your vision. And when you have accomplished the steps, you come up with new ones. My mission statement is to help underserved women and children who have suffered trauma. And that's my mission statement. And it grows and it evolves as I grow. But my core mission statement is that. And so this movement, Launch the Vision, Sis, is a part of that. It's a part of my action steps, because helping that group of people, or, you know, people who have suffered trauma, heal from that. Part of their healing is also them walking in their purpose, because once they're healed, they'll be healthy enough to live in purpose, on purpose, and with purpose. And part of walking in your purpose is moving forward in the vision for your life. And that vision could be anything. It could be getting married, having children. A vision doesn't always have to be a business or a brand or a platform or a podcast or a website. It could be the vision for your life could be just about anything. Just to get up in the morning and not have a nervous breakdown could be a vision for your life. Like the vision for my life will be, I want to be mentally healthy. The vision for my life will be, I want to overcome this anxiety and this depression because I've lived with it for so long. The vision for your life will always evolve. So it may start out like that. That's why no vision is too big or too small, because it could be anything. It doesn't necessarily have to be you being in the public eye or starting a business or anything of that nature. It could be anything. The vision could be for you to get a degree. The vision could be for you to get a certificate. The vision for your life could be just about, the possibilities are endless. So you want to write a vision, you want to write a mission statement and list some action steps underneath that. You know, just one thing that encompasses all you're trying to accomplish. And when I started, my vision was literally simply to write the books. The book, it was one book, and then it evolved into 2 books, and then it evolved further into a podcast, and then it evolved further into a video blog. All things that make me uncomfortable, and that were scary. But if I wanted to stay true to my mission statement, to serve the underserved, encourage and empower, this was my avenue to do so. Number 9, find accountability. Who in the world wants to be held accountable? Nobody wants to have their coattail pulled. But you got to seek out people that are going to hold you accountable and help you to stay on course, and ask them to press you on it. It doesn't mean that you're telling people to cut you down, hurt your feelings, belittle you. Be mindful of that. Accountability should not hurt. It shouldn't hurt. If someone is holding you accountable in the right way, for the right reasons, it should encourage you to be better. It should stir a desire in you to want to change that behavior, whatever it is, fix it, and be better. And because I've experienced both, I know the difference. If someone claims to be holding you accountable, but it's demeaning and it's hurtful and it discourages you in any way, that ain't accountability. That's just being me. But I've also received accountability where I didn't like it, but it didn't hurt. It may have made me uncomfortable a little bit, like, dang, coming from my neck. But I knew because of the delivery that it was coming from a place of love. And I was in a place where I was ready to receive it, because that's also something that you need to be aware of. And I knew it was to help me and not to hurt me. The way it was delivered, delivery was everything. You're not going to be able to do XYZ if you don't fix XY, because you know you was wrong for that, right? And it was the way it was delivered was easier to digest, and I understood. And then, like I said, I've had those that literally almost crushed my spirit, with the way that they delivered what they considered accountability. And so accountability shouldn't hurt. It should encourage. It should stimulate the desire to do better and to want to do better, and to change the behavior. And you also have to be open to receive it. So that is why working on you is important to launching your vision. And last but not least, number 10, be flexible. Don't be rigid. Don't be so stuck in your ways that you're not open to listen, to hear. And don't just listen, but hear. Be open to the fact that your vision may need to be changed or tweaked. Because again, we already established that your vision has to evolve. It has to grow. And in order for it to grow and evolve, you have to make room for change. Had I not been open to change, had I not been willing to grow with the vision, I wouldn't be talking to you now. I don't like this. I'm not comfortable with it. I'm okay with it now, but in the beginning, like, I don't want to be on display. I don't want anybody looking at me. I got time for that. Why can't I just write the book and be done with it? That wasn't the vision. That wasn't the plan or purpose for my life. So I had to evolve with the vision. And because my mission statement was what it was, and I wanted to be able to reach who I wanted to reach, the book was just the launching pad for other things. In order for me to reach a broader audience, I had to be willing to grow with my vision and allow it to be tweaked and molded and changed, and allow it to grow and not get in the way. Because otherwise I would have smothered it before it even had a chance to grow. So circumstances change and they become different. We live in a very digital world. It is easier. And then with the pandemic, how was I going to reach these people when I was on lockdown in a pandemic? Like, how was that going to work? It wasn't. So I had to be open to, and be more flexible and change, because the times are going to change. Like I've stated before, what I'm doing now may not fit the next generation. And if I want it to have longevity, I'm also going to have to be willing to change and roll with the times and accommodate and adjust to each new generation in order to reach a new generation. Otherwise, your vision will stall out. And we don't want that. So you have to think of your vision as something that's a living, breathing thing. And know that any living, breathing thing needs to be nurtured so that it can grow, so that it can evolve. And eventually it'll take on a life of its own. You'll always be the nucleus, but it deserves to take on a life of its own. It deserves to live. And as long as you keep growing with it, it will grow. Okay? So those are the 10 ways to set the vision and incorporate that vision into your life to help grow your life. To set the vision for not just your purpose, but for you, where you're going, where you are, and where you're going. I pray that you got something out of this and you received it as it was intended. We will be talking again soon. There's probably going to be another video in this series because this is important to me. And again, I'm excited for what 2022 is going to bring. And if I can encourage somebody to step outside of themselves and launch the vision, why not? Feel free to ask me questions. Shoot me an email. She is at SAVEDHEALEDENOUGH.com. Give me a little bit of time to respond. I'm still a wife and a mom and a nurse and all those good things. But I would love to hear from you in the comments. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can comment under the videos. I do respond to those as well. Hit the website up, www.savedhealedenough.com, for all things She Emerged. The book, She Emerged, The Manifestation of Me, and the guided journal, She Emerged, the guided journal, are also available on my website for signed copies and for unsigned standard copies, paperbacks, on Amazon and a few other platforms. Catch the podcast and the video blog. We are nearing the end of 2021. And I want each of you to commit to doing something to and for yourself, to position yourself to do something new. Step outside of your comfort zone and see the greatness that is in you. Thank you again for all your support. I will be catching you guys next time on She Emerged. I am the vision for me. You are the vision for you. Launch the vision, sis. You are loved. You are capable. You are worthy. You matter. I love you. God loves you. And as always, the sun rises and sets on its own every day and still manages to shine. The moon rises alone every night and still manages to light someone's way. Be the light. Be your own version of the light. Catch you guys next time.
Reaping season, and I shall reap the harvest of my labor as promised. I have been called. I am a